Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. So this is just going to be a quick one. We took a ride along back in, I think it was September, with Chuck Bomberito over here to Don's Auto. The gentleman had passed away, sadly. I had never met him. Chuck had met him a few times and bought a few things from him. He had a pretty large automotive repair and machine shop, and he also was a hobbyist. And he did a lot of Bridgeport collecting and rebuilding, so he had a ton of Bridgeport stuff. So anyways, we picked up a few items, so let me move you guys over to the workbench and we'll take a look at what we got. And then stick around afterwards. I got just a little machining clip, a little project I did for the neighbor across the street. Okay, once again, thanks everyone and Happy New Year. So this was a nice find. So all these gear cutters, they were all in one box. One of these type box that you normally like see for electrical terminals or nuts and bolts, that kind of thing. And they were just kind of randomly thrown in here, more to get the lid closed than anything else. You know, they really weren't organized too well. So I spent a little bit of time grouping them by pitch type. A lot of them are hard to read. Get the magnifying glass out and really look at them carefully. The majority of them are brown and sharp, and then the others are Morris and a few other scattered brands, but they all appear to be U.S. made. I don't know what the ages are on them. Most of them do not have the pressure angle marked, so I'm guessing, and this is a total guess, that they're 14.5 since they're not marked. I did find these two are 20-degree pressure angle, so I threw those off to the side. And these three are bevel gear cutters. Okay, so keep those separate. And then everything else are regular involute gear cutters. There are some duplicate sizes here, duplicate ranges, I guess would be a better clarification. In the, what are these? These are the 10 pitch. I think there's enough here for the full range. And obviously there's different diameter cutters, but it's still the full range. Yeah, so anyways, this was an awesome find. I do have a few other cutters that I want to mix in with this batch and try to organize them and see if I have any complete sets and make notes of which ones I'm missing, just as they come available. I'll know which ones I need to keep an eye out for. But anyways, I was excited to see this or find this, and haven't done any gear cutting at all. I've certainly watched everybody else making them. It's something I would like to try doing, and also have the stuff on hand if you ever run into a situation where you need to make one. I do have a couple projects down the road where I may need to make a couple gears, but that's a ways off. So anyways, really happy to find this. It was one of the exciting finds there at the location. All right, let's move on. So this was one of the first items. It's a float lock vise, and it appears to be in pretty good shape. The clamping T-nut or whatever was on here is I don't know if it's missing or if this was a special deal for whatever it was on. So I'll have to modify that, but that's no big deal. It's in pretty good shape. There's a few Dingus McGee's here on the main shaft, but the jaws themselves are in great shape. I mean, it's a little dirty, but that doesn't hurt anything. And and everything seems to function on it. So yeah, happy to find this. Yeah, and probably most of you have seen Mr. Pete did a couple of videos on the float vise and showing how to use one and so forth, and also he made one and turned out great. So anyways, you know, if you want to know more about these, definitely check out Mr. Pete's video. So our next items, we grabbed some can't twist clamps, and there's one more here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so nice little selection of can't twist clamps, and I don't think you can have too many of these, so that was a nice find. All right, whenever you see these red Starrett packages with the logo on there, it's like a magnet, it just sucks you right in. So saw this. It was a little dirtier than this when I found it, but it's a nice set of pin vices, and I mean, honestly, they don't look like they've hardly been used at all. There's more dirt on the outside of the case than anything else. They are a little stiff. I think I'm going to have to take them apart, clean them, and re-oil them. But overall, I mean, they're like beautiful condition. So, okay. There were several parallels, and they were scattered all over the place. It took me a while to match all these up. These are pretty interesting. I'm not sure if they're shop made or just no maker's mark, because I can't find any branding on them at all. There is a little bit of tarnish here and there, but I think they're in pretty good shape. They should clean up nicely. So I got those two. And then found these guys, and it took a while to find the pairs. You know, they're all over the place. So this is a 3/4 by 1, two of them, and the brand is Anton. I'm not real familiar with that brand. Okay, so we got that one. And then we got a 1¼ by 5/8 set, and these are Taft Pierce, and they are in good shape. Came from Inspection Building 14. Okay. So we have one other one. This is a 1¼ by 3/4. And then these are Antons again, and they're in pretty good shape. They just need a little cleanup, maybe a little dust off with a surface grinder. Yeah, okay. Couple Armstrong tool holders. This one was at eBay. I just got this recently. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I was hoping it would fit in the shaper. We want to get that shaper going eventually. It's a little thick, and the way these straight ones are made, I didn't realize they have this relief hole. I guess that's for when they broach out the tool holder hole. If I mill this down thinner to work in the shaper, that's going to take a lot of strength out of here, because that hole, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, it goes down there pretty far. Find something to use for a gauge here. Yeah, so that's like halfway. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to take the chance of milling, because I'd have to take off probably 50 thousandths off each side to get it to fit into the lantern tool post that's on that little shaper. And that may ruin the tool completely, and I don't know if I want to do that. So, but anyways, that was my thought for picking that up. And then this guy is a 2010 left hand, which I think I can use this in the shaper, and I don't remember where I got this one, if it came with this a lot of stuff or not, but it is something I picked up in the last couple months. All right, and then there was a brand new Pew's oiler. This is what, 1105. You know, a little dusty, but never been used. So that was a nice little find. Throw it over there. There was a lot of chemicals, and you know the rule was, please take some of these chemicals if you could use them. And I did grab some oils and a few other things. They're out in the outdoor storage right now, but grabbed this can of Brazing Flux, obviously rebranded Nampa brand, and it's essentially new old stock. I don't think it had ever been opened, and I did open it off camera, and it's perfect inside. So nice, nice to have. And almost forgot to show this. So found this nice Armstrong machinist jack there, and I looked and looked to try to find the mate for this, because you know generally you want to have a pair of them, but no luck. But anyways, I couldn't pass up this one. It's in great shape. There's no damage or anything, just a little dirty, a little bit of surface rust here and there. So that'll clean up nicely if I even decide to clean it. Yeah, that was a good find. All right, so then our last item here, I think, yeah, I know. I got this at Chuck Bomarito's meet and greet outside Screwball. Yeah, the kind of like the mini bash that we had early on in the year before COVID hit. So this is a nice Federal dial indicator. It's a tenths indicator, and man, this thing's got some weight to it. It's pretty well made, and it seems to be very smooth. Doesn't have a lot of range. So I think it's about a 50 thousandths range. I don't feel like counting the rotations, but yeah, maybe 40 or 50, somewhere in that area. And fully jeweled, and you guys probably can't see this, but it's the miracle movement. But anyways, that's a nice tense indicator. And I like these big dials for us old guys with bad eyes. Yeah. Okay. And I think that's it, guys. That's let me just have a quick look around here. I got a few things I picked up off of eBay. I got welder outlet. I got to install that. Oh, and we did finally get. Let's grab them here. We did finally get the proper contact tips for our MIG welder, and this is one of those deals where. You know, probably one bag would last several years, but it was a lot of two, and the price was great. So once again, eBay, and also picked up a bunch of extra nozzles. All right, so that's going to do it for the purchases. Stick around. I may have some random machining that we can show. If you leave the garage door open, the neighbors come over and bring parts for you to machine. It's a sprocket for a model Ferris wheel he's building. You need to bore it out to 1 1/4 inch.
this would drop right through.
Final pass. So this thing's still in the mock-up stage, but here's where that sprocket goes. It's got a 60-to-1 gearbox down here. So eventually this is going to run off a hit and miss engine, and we're still working on building the buckets and getting the final. We've got a new shaft coming and new different bearings coming, so we had to bore this out. So interesting little project.